We Kasamuel Moku, ndio kuambia hivi. Weke nilikuwa inakupeleka kwa ODM ni baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Na baba kwa bahati mbaya ameshakufa. Tafuta penye unaenda. Tafuta penye ulitoka uende. Tafuta njia yenye ulikuja nayo urudi uende. Kama uliingia na ile njia ya Genz, tafuta hiyo njia utoke nayo. Sawa? Wacha kujaribu kupanga watu wote. Kwani wewe ni nani? Wewe nani upange watu ODM unaambia Sifuna atoke aende akipenda. Wewe ni nani? Unajua Sifuna alianza na ODM wapi? Wacha ujinga wewe. Wewe ukiendelea hivi na kuambia kiboko yetu tutakunyorosha hii town ukiwa uchi, tutakutoa tu manguo kwanza, tutakunyorosha kiboko hiyo matako yako ndogo ndogo. Sienda kimatoto ngombe tutodo kamaracho. Wacha kutupima akili bwana. Wewe ni nani? Unatuambia nini? Toka huko na kizungu kubwa. Uwezi tutisha na kizungu. Kama kizungu tuko na mtu anaweza ongea kizungu hadi ukimbie. Tuko na Babu Owino. Nata huyo Sifuna sio mrahisi kwa kizungu. Wewe ongea tu kizungu zako unadhani tunakuona huko nje. Wewe Kasamuel Moku. Jichunge sana.
But if you think you're a legislator enough, if you think you're man enough, and the Orange Democratic Movement, it seems to be too retrogressive for you, by Jove, resign from the mandate that you are given.
He's a wonderful individual, and it would be a great loss not to have Sifuna as Secretary General. That's how dynamic the party is, because.
So, let me give you a brief story of what happened in 1994 when Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died, and what happened to his political party called Ford Kenya, and what is likely to happen with ODM after the demise of Mzee Raila Amolo Odinga, because these cases have so many similarities. So, in 1994, Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was declared dead, and he had not clearly stated who was going to inherit him or to take over the role of the chairmanship of Ford Kenya. So when he died, there was some leadership wrangles, but just close to his death, in Homa Bay, in a meeting, in a rally, in a public rally, Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga said that he preferred or he liked Wamalwa Kijana, and he's a guy who could steer the vision of the party. Because, you know, political parties are formed with a vision, ideologies. So Jaramogi Oginga Odinga thought that Wamalwa Kijana was a good candidate and was so vibrant who could steer the vision of the party. So after the death of Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died, there were wrangles in the political party called Ford Kenya between one Wamalwa Kijana, who was the minority leader in parliament and also the MP of Saboti, and Raila Amolo Odinga, the son of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who actually said that Wamalwa Kijana is not the party leader, who again, many of the members of Ford Kenya had preferred to be the candidate. Raila Amolo Odinga alisema tawe, alikata hiyo story. He says that he cannot accept Wamalwa Kijana, not because he's a lawyer, but because he just does not like him and he's not maybe so vibrant. Anyway, after that, Raila Amolo Odinga went aside, formed his own political party called NDP. Wamalwa Kijana remained in that party called Ford Kenya, which went ahead and lost the elections in 1997. Raila pia lost because they were divided. Moi won against these people because they were divided. In 2002, Ford Kenya, together with NAC, together with the DP of Kibaki and other parties came, and also for Raila, came together. After Raila was, you know the story, Raila was expecting Moi to endorse him, but Moi endorsed Uhuru. So Raila broke out again, went aside, joined Wamalwa Kijana, joined Kibaki, joined Saitoti, those people. Then they formed the NAC coalition and they removed Moi from power. What I want you to note in that whole story is this. Raila Amolo Odinga was the member of Ford Kenya, in which the father was the founder. But when the father died, he had not declared the inheritor. Raila felt that he was the right candidate, and many members preferred Wamalwa Kijana in terms of competence and and because he was also a member of parliament, the leader of minority in parliament. He was so vibrant at that time. Many people preferred him, but Raila Amolo Odinga said, "Nah, we don't accept that, not because you are lawyer, but because we just don't like the way you do your things and you are not tough." So Raila went aside. had Raila remained in the political party of his father called Ford Kenya, when Wamalwa Kijana died in power in 2003, because he died as a vice president, the second in power would have been definitely Raila Amolo Odinga. But Raila Amolo Odinga was not patient. He went aside, formed this political party. Later on, after the elections of 2003, where Kibaki had won together with Wamalwa Kijana, Raila felt betrayed because the MOU that they had before the elections was not implemented. So he again felt, and that is how we came up to the 2005 referendum and the birth of ODM. But you can see, the birth of ODM was because Raila Amolo Odinga did not want to join forces with Wamalwa Kijana, which means the Luyas and the Luos and all these other communities that were forming Ford Kenya, because we also had George Saitoti, we had Orengo, we had the founder members of Ford Kenya. We had a lot of members there, in which if they had stuck together, they had claimed, wangekuwa wamecling kwa power. When this person called Wamalwa Kijana died in 2003, Raila would have taken as the vice president, and they would have remained with some unity. Because after Wamalwa Kijana died in 2003, you can see how Luya politics have shaped again, and the politics of Western. So this is a very, very important call I'm making today, because we have seen how history has planned. When Raila Amolo Odinga died, he had not clearly said who is going to take over ODM party, but he had clearly indicated that he trusted Sifuna. He was the voice of the party, and even Anyang' Nyong'o in a meeting I don't remember the place, but Anyang' Nyong'o said that ukiona huko mbele, when you look at the future, you can see Sifuna. That was clearly saying that Sifuna was one of the main people who was being groomed to take over the ODM party. But now, Baba has died. Raila Amolo Odinga has died. The question is, will ODM repeat the same politics that happened in 1994, where Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died? Then the person he preferred was thrashed, was pushed aside. Then the party was split into two between his son and Wamalwa Kijana. Wamalwa Kijana went to clinch the seat. His son lost in 97, lost in 92. In 2002, though he was part of the coalition that won, lost subsequently until his death. Or will we have politics that people now are sober, people are people-oriented, they want to know what the citizens want, like Sifuna wants? Then can they beat tribal politics? Ya kusema, because some people feel entitled to ODM because they feel like it is a party for Luos. But that's not the truth. That is not what Baba has been fighting for. Baba fought for a political party that was national. That's why we have a lot of diversity. We have people from the northern part of Kenya. We have people from Turkana. We have people from Nyanza. We have people from Western. We have people from Coast Province. So we have people from everywhere, even Nairobi. So ODM was not a village party, if you could see through what Raila Amolo Odinga was doing. And I think he also learned from his father, because when his father endorsed Wamalwa Kijana, he was not willing to support Wamalwa Kijana. The same thing has happened right now. I think Raila Amolo Odinga preferred Sifuna, but will these people accept Sifuna, or they'll choose to destroy ODM, to make it a village party and reduce it to a level that now some people will be using it as a tribal party for Luos and a few people? Or will we make ODM great by accepting Sifuna and the young leaders to take over? So it is a very, very tough call, a very, very challenging one, and I don't know if it's possible, but that is exactly what happened in 1994 after Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died. Right now, Ford Kenya that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died, is led by Moses Masika Wetangula. You can see it has a few MPs, a few, maybe I think a senator, but it does not have that much influence. Had they stuck together, Wamalwa Kijana, Senator Orengo, Raila Amolo Odinga, all these people who formed the Ford Kenya movement, trust me tungekuwa mbali sana. So ODM, you have a very big call to do. Let's see what's gonna be done. Bye.
Na hiyo kifo ya Raila ni kama flood, maji, mafuriko. Itaosha ujinga mingi, both Central na Nyanza. Pale Central kuna leaders huwa hawafanyi anything. Siasa yao tu ni wena goma, Raila ni modo mogoroki, jaruo geke. Kama ufanyi kazi raundi, hauna chance. Kazi yako inakuwa kutaja Raila ndio upate kuelektiwa. Home direct bila job raundi. Home pale Nyanza kuna watu wanakuwa wameshikilia koti ya Raila hivi. Miauru baba konyo teach baba malo. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. Raundi bila job. Home. Yo kifo Raila naenda kuosha upuzi mingi kwa ground. Wena modo kweri. Jaruo geke. One mwamako baba. Wat konyo baba malo. Kuna hiyo siasa raundi.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go. Like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, you realize I'm nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Baila, yoni.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.